Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Bitcoin is crashing. Bitcoin is down 4.7% here today. I apologize for being 8 minutes late. I had some pretty interesting things happen this morning, which I will share momentarily. But first, we need to address the elephant in the room. Why is everything falling off a cliff, guys? Is somebody rug pulling Bitcoin? Did somebody start selling? Which one of you guys bought the top? Which one of you guys just bought in the market for the first time in months? Because you're going to have to show your hand. We need you to sell. All right. Everyone will donate some of our profits at the end of the cycle to you. But if you just aped in at the top, we're going to need you to do us a favor and sell the bottom so we can go higher. We'll make a pool. Motherfucker. I am not muted. No, I am not muted. I see it talking right there. You're muted. All right, so which one of you guys bought the top? You sell right now, and we will all contribute to get you some money back. All right? I just aped in FRK. Oh my God, no wonder the whole market just sunk. There's always one of those cursed people. Always somebody gonna be cursed. Good morning, Steven. What's going on, Beagle? How's it going, Zach? Dawn's in here. Good morning again, Dawn. We got Stare here. Afternoon, boys. Good morning, Thuna. Good morning, Truth. What's going on, Omen No, Martin, Dan the Man, Carlos, Camille. God damn, we got a full house right here. Smart Money's back. Let's go. FRK. Bullish. Bullish, bullish, bullish. Good morning, Motivation Beast. Good morning. Get that old man out of here. What are you even saying? Derek is the curse. Rip. No, Derek is one of the best traders I've seen. I don't have enough funds for the market. Too many pre-sales. I know. Has the contract been signed, Patrick? No, it has not. It has not been signed. It takes a minute for these things to happen, but let's talk about it. What on earth is actually going on? Like, for real, what just happened? Well, if you guys are not up to date or tuned into the broader economy, you need to be, because that is what is causing this crash right now. We just got the JOLTS numbers, the job openings and labor turnover summary, and it came in hotter than expected, meaning there are more job openings now than there were previously, meaning people are starting to hire again. Companies are starting to hire again, which is pretty interesting considering at the same time that the JOLTS numbers are going up, we're seeing unemployment go up a little bit, which was previously what was causing the turmoil. But you might be asking yourself, why is it that the market is down so dramatically on a day with economic data that seemingly is indicating that the US economy is hotter than what it was previous or hotter than what was expected? And very briefly, I'm going to tell you the answer to that question, okay? And then we'll get into details so you can actually see what's going on. But before we even talk about anything in DeSci, we need to address this, okay? Listen to me very closely. I don't care what any of the data is. I don't care if it's good data. I don't care if it's bad data. I don't care what you thought the data was going to be. The only thing that matters is that the market knows what's happening, okay? So the market does not like being surprised. Whether it's a good surprise or a bad surprise, often it will just tank the market because it shows them that participants don't know what's happening. Okay? Aside from like earnings reports, if it's a really good earnings report for a stock, it will obviously do good. Okay? But in a broad speaking sense, if economic data is trending down and it looks like we're getting closer and closer to a recession, or we're getting closer and closer to a soft landing or whatever it is, the market can trend higher so long as it knows what to expect. What it doesn't like is when things are not what they expect. And if you come look at the jobs data, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about right here. It's a little bit difficult to see on a small screen, so let me see if I can zoom in. There we go. Okay, so this is the job openings, hires, and separations levels seasonally adjusted, right? And so what we have is total non-farm job openings as the bold line, and then the dotted line is total non-farm separations. You'll see on this data that since March of 2022, when we peaked out in the total non-farm job openings, which was everyone hiring again after that surge in economic boom, right? That inflation period we went through when everyone just had free money and you could hire literally everyone and people were getting multiple jobs and doing nothing. We since we're trending down since March of 2022. Recently, with this last report, it looks, if you zoom in really closely, it looks like it broke that trend to the upside, meaning things are starting to heat up again. It came in hot, meaning the market is now afraid that inflation is going to come in again, meaning the market is now nervous that the Fed is going to have to raise rates instead of continue to cut them. The market does not like when things change. Period. End of discussion. I don't care what the data is. The market doesn't like when things change. Okay, so that is your little bit of a crash course on everything. The rest of it is up for interpretation, whether it's good or bad or have long-term implications. That is all stuff that you can debate about. The only thing that you can't debate about is the market doesn't like when things change. Okay, got it? Good. Love the panic sellers. Can't people control their emotion? The market does what it wants. The news is just an excuse. Or at least pause the future cuts. Expectation was for 3 this year. And if you remember, a couple months ago, expectation was for 5 cuts in 2025. Then it dropped down to 3. And now let's go look. Let's go look at the Fed futures and see. We also have the yield curve, which we'll talk about in a moment as well. I know this stream is going to be broadly focused on the economy, not necessarily decentralized science. So some of you guys might be a little upset coming to the live stream expecting us to just talk about DeSci, but DeSci is far out on the risk curve. And in order to get far out on the risk curve, you got to understand the first side of the risk curve. So 93% chance that in 3 weeks, we will be at 4.25 to 4.5% interest rates. So right now we're chilling at 4.5. Which is the lower bound. So they're expecting still one more rate cut to happen. That's pretty interesting, right? Let me just confirm really quick. Let me just confirm really quickly. The Fed interest rate is at 4.5. And so they are, no, is that, so they're not expecting a rate cut anymore. That is intriguing to say the least. The current Fed fund rate is 4.25 to 4.5, so they're firmly expecting a pause. No more rate cuts. In March, so not the January 29th meeting, but in the March 19th meeting, the market is broadly expecting no rate cut. May, 51% expecting no rate cut. So they're expecting one rate cut by June, broadly speaking. Now, all of this obviously rapidly changes, but the market is expecting either no rate cuts this year, 1 or maybe 2 rate cuts, which is pretty intriguing. So all of this economic data has had to have a violent repricing of expectations for the economy, which is just making everyone afraid that the Fed cut too early, which is they're losing trust in the Federal Reserve. The market can't lose trust in the Fed, otherwise you see violent pricing down. Ultimately, this is not really anything. In my opinion, this is just the choppiness of the market. Bitcoin is in a range-bound area right now, and it has been in this range. We'll say right here, it topped in November of 2024. We've been in this range for 55 days so far. Now, the range is pretty broad, right? We can draw, I wouldn't even draw all the way up there. That was like a little fake out, but we can draw this range out like this so that you guys can kind of see that we've been range bound actually for several weeks, if not several months at this point. Pretty interesting. The market does not like change in Delroy's quotes. I completely agree, Beagle. Good morning, DeSci. Good morning. Completely agree. Good morning, Sarah. Hello, everyone. ECB meets end of month. Nice. Market sounds like my ex doesn't like when things change. Nobody likes change, my guy. Expectation was for 3 this year. I already read that. Cool. Yeah. So there you have it. I was expecting this kind of volatility on the 10th because that's when we get the jobs report and we get to see the unemployment claims. But Tuesday the 7th, we got the JOLTS report, and the JOLTS report made the market jolt a little bit to the downside. Pun intended. But honestly, doesn't really change anything from my investment thesis. My investment thesis still remains the same for this cycle. I believe that we will continue to see some upward momentum here until we get to around 120,000, and then I think we cool off quite a bit. If this did end up being the peak for this section in the market, right around $107,000, 108, whatever it ended up peaking at exactly, and then we cool off for a little bit, I think it's better than the alternative. The alternative being we get a violent rally up to around $160,000 per Bitcoin in the next 70 days. So in Q1, if we see $160,000 per Bitcoin, I expect that I will be almost fully out of the market at that point, because that is too hot. That is too heated. In my opinion, the longer we can draw this out for and chop sideways, the more likely it is we see an explosion up to that 200,000 that everyone seems to be calling for. But if we just go up in a straight line, we're coming back down in a straight line. So time will tell on all of that. We'll keep everyone updated, of course. Anytime this kind of information starts popping up in the news, expect for me to start talking about it. Lake is launching another coin, correct? So not correct. Lake.fun is their version of Catalyst from Bio and Pump.science from Bio. So Lake.fun is their own version of it, which is pretty cool to see. Let me go ahead and go over to Lake.fun. Data Lake. We can, oh, look at Bill just tweeted. Go ahead and like that, just like you guys should be doing. Go ahead and like the live stream if you guys enjoy this type of content. It is super beneficial to me and everyone involved. So exciting. We're excited to announce Lake.fun. Let's talk about it briefly and I'll give you guys that. And then I have two more things I want to talk about in DeSci. And honestly, I had a couple other things I was going to bring up about the market and the economy, and we can cycle back down to that because it appears that you guys are very interested in hearing about Lake.fun, which I do not blame you. I do want to check out Bitcoin dominance right now, although I don't even need to see it to know that it's up today. Yeah. Oh, that's on the weekly. Oh, it's actually down a little bit today. It's got a little bit of a red candle, so it's break even. I mean, let's just look at these moving averages and see that Bitcoin dominance is currently getting rejected by which one is this? By the 50-day moving average. So hopefully that holds true and we can get rejected here and come down into the circle. If that's the case, look at how square this circle is. If that's the case, then there is nothing to worry about ultimately. If that's not the case, and it starts rocketing back up, then I would expect the market to start freaking out a little bit and Bitcoin to hold strong while alts go back into the bleeding category that they were at. But we will see. We will see. Now, I want to talk about Lake.fun. Announcing Lake.fun, an ecosystem for supporting scientific projects backed by the value of data. We are excited to introduce Lake.fun, a groundbreaking platform that empowers researchers to tokenize their scientific projects, build communities around their research, and enable participants to contribute meaningfully while being rewarded in Lake tokens. Lake.fun is poised to create a vibrant ecosystem where data becomes the backbone of research funding and collaboration for the DeSci space. Bullish. I want to bring your attention to these two areas that they compared themselves to other projects. Did they change it? They might have adjusted it, which is probably smart. No, they did not. Okay. Why Lake.fun matters, addressing DeSci's current needs. The DeSci movement has made strides in funding innovation through IP-driven platforms like Molecule and Catalyst and Bioprotocol, focusing on intellectual property creation. However, this leaves a vast gap in funding for research that produces data and community creation, such as registries, market research, or decentralized studies. Here's where Lake.fun stands out. Liquid tokens. Unlike other platforms which focus on IP tokens, Lake.fun aims in supporting research projects by enabling creation of liquid tokens backed by the value of data and paired in a pool with Lake, creating an active market for contributors and researchers alike. They also have community engagement incentives. By being able to create token-gated communities, researchers will be able to build networks of engaged supporters around their projects, aligning incentives for all stakeholders. Data-driven research, in contrast to Solana-based Pump.Science, which focuses on compound testing, Lake.Fun emphasizes long-term research backed by real-world data. A little bit of a dig there, low-key. Data that can transform science and healthcare outcomes. Transparency and decentralization. Research projects on Lake.Fun will be approved by the community through voting, ensuring projects align with community values. So you can think about it like a biomolecule pump science competitor. So they are taking that previous existing market dominant force that is the bio protocol and molecule ecosystem and creating a competitor, it seems, which is pretty damn bullish for Data Lake given the valuation of Bioprotocol itself, but the entire ecosystem that's happening there. If Data Lake is able to pull this off, which I tend to believe they will be able to pull it off, at least to some extent, the Lake token is severely undervalued at its current valuations. Let's go over to here. First, I wanted to make fun of this person who sold Bill Nye recently for a loss. I feel like that is very goofy to buy it at 41 cents and sell it at 22 cents is kind of goofy, but to each their own. They're getting shaken out of the market, probably due to the JOLTS data that came out. But again, that's not for me to say. You guys are each privy to do whatever it is that you want with your own money. It is yours after all. Let's go look at Data Lake. Currently sitting at an 19 million FDV and 11 million circulating market cap. It is looking primed to fill that circle up here by the end of Q1. I'm still going to leave that there because I do believe we will hit that circle. We just broke out of this little descending triangle thing that it was forming. We bounced off the support from the previous little pump that it had, came back down, retested. Things are looking good. It is surprising that there is no market reaction to the Lake.Fun announcement. However, this is not the first time they've announced it. And if we're being totally honest, it still doesn't work. There's still nothing to look at. Why would you make an announcement before it's ready to look at? Why is this here if it's not ready to, you know what I mean? Why would you put a link to a website that just looks like this? That's not how you market appropriately, but it's not my project, so we will just let that be there. Let me go ahead and take a little sip. Today we have water. Not sponsored, although it should be. Pat, did you see Jensen Huang said AI agents are a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity? Without a doubt. AI agents, it depends on the time scale, but I would argue to say that AI agents are a deca-trillion-dollar opportunity, a centa-trillion opportunity for the economy. Genuinely, if you were to compound the total impact it's going to have on everything, it's an enormous opportunity. I also saw and bookmarked the video that they had right here, where they unveiled the 5090. And we don't have to watch the whole thing here, but I do want to showcase one key component to it, which is the chip inside the GPU. It's a $2,000 GPU, which is nuts. I kind of want it. Right there. 92 billion transistors. What the F? AI, 4,000 AI tops. Now, I don't know what that is, but it sounds bullish. So, hell yeah, NVIDIA, keep going. Keep going. What caused the dip, please? The JOLTS data came in too hot, so the economy is heating up a little bit. People are worried the Fed cut too early, and that inflation's going to start heating up again. So the market's having a little bit of a rebalancing for the expectation of potentially no rate cuts this year. Potentially, the conversation might start flipping to rate increases again, which would not be great because, again, the market does not like to be wrong. It does not like to not know what's going on. So the economic data coming in a little bit hot scared a lot of people. We'll see what goes on. We'll see what actually starts happening because, honestly, I think this is a fake out before we get the final capitulation moment in the economy. I do not see the economy as being super strong right now, but we're going to have to wait for more economic data to come out. The 10th will be pretty impactful. If we can get I know this is going to sound counterintuitive, but if we can get some layoffs going on and some unemployed people claiming on the 10th, it's going to be actually good for the market, bad for the economy. Counterintuitive, I know. Don't ask, just follow. Actually though, please hit the follow button. I would really appreciate it. I thought the data was supposed to drop Friday. Thanks for explaining. There's data that's coming out consistently. Yeah. So the JOLTS report came out today, but the the unemployment report comes out on Friday. One thing I also wanted to bring up for you guys is this is the yield curve. So this is the 2-year versus the 10-year for treasuries. The 10-year being, sorry, my brain farted for a second there, but the 10-year being what the market controls for interest rates. So the 10-year being a functional interest rate for the market, the Fed funds rate being what the Federal Reserve is demanding the interest rate be for banks. And so the 10 years for the economy, the Fed funds rate is for the banks, okay? And so what we saw, and they plotted out the yield curve here, when the 10-year is above the federal funds rate, that means that the Federal Reserve is being supportive of an economy. They're trying to print money and be supportive. When they invert it, that means they're trying to be restrictive of an economy to cool it off, i.e. induce a recession. That's not the goal, is to induce a recession. The goal is to slow the economy down. It just so happens to be that a slowing economy is indicative of a recession. And so when the Fed funds rate is higher yielding than the 10-year treasury, that is when you get a restrictive Federal Reserve, a restrictive economic business cycle. And when it flips the other way is when the Fed decides that they've done enough to let the economy start roaring again, because usually they've over tightened. We'll have to see. This little crossover that just happened has accurately predicted, I think, I believe 12 recessions, 12 of the last 13 recessions. So, yeah, not great. It's like the most reliable indicator. Now, this time is a little bit different, okay? Usually when it crosses when both are plummeting. This is the first time I think we've seen it in a very long time that it's crossing with the 10-year rising into it. But this time is different is also famous last words. Everything is red, blood in the streets. Hell yeah, it is. Everything is bleeding bad, Jonathan. Everything is bleeding bad, but that's okay. Or it's not okay. We're just going to have to wait and see as market participants. Bullish on unemployment. It's a little bit fucked. I honestly hate that it works that way. I really don't like being excited that people are going to be losing their jobs. But yeah, it's a predatory market out there. We need a Bill Nye stain for water. Facts. Drop an ad wallet while we're buffering, please. Drop an ad while we're buffering. No. The ads yesterday were just because you guys were asking for ads, oddly enough. We are 30 minutes into it, though, so maybe we'll do a poll. Shall I hit you guys with another ad? No, I don't want to do an ad. I don't like doing the ads. They're annoying. As a viewer, I hate when people drop ads in the middle of a live stream. I lost my job when COVID hit. It was bad, bro. I know, Jonathan. I lost my job when the vaccines hit. It was also bad, but it also put me in the best position that I could possibly have been in, which is here talking with you guys Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to talk about decentralized science and the broader market. Crypto is crashing because the economy is doing better than people expected, which is funny. A little funny dynamic there. Let's go look at the S&P. It also is worth noting that if you were a purely chart technical guy, you would have probably foreseen a little bit of a correction happening here. It is potentially time for us to cool off a little bit. I mean, the S&P 500 went down by 4.5% over the span of 30 days. It might be time to get a little 5 to 10% pullback, maybe back down to the red line, which would be a little bit painful, but honestly, good if we want to continue this bull run, right? If we want to continue this momentum, it might be time to come back down and tag that 200-day moving average on the daily chart for the S&P 500, right? Those tags are much better for extending the bull run than the alternative, you know? It's much better to just come down and tag it and continue higher than it is to go for too long and then get a big violent correction, right? We'll see. We will see. It is a patient waiting game, but What will happen to crypto when Trump enters office? Some say crypto will go parabolic nonstop. It's a good question, Jonathan. If I knew, I'd probably be rich as hell. If anyone knew, we would all be wildly wealthy beyond our dreams if we knew what was going to happen. Now, I tend to believe that Trump on the 20th, the inauguration day, is going to be a local high for the market, because the market is a buy the rumor, sell the news, broadly speaking, in which it's more exciting, the idea of Trump, than the actual implications of Trump. If we're being honest, him getting in office, is he actually going to be able to do everything he says? Is he going to, on day one, sign the strategic reserve? If he doesn't, then we go down. If he does, maybe we can continue to go up. But honestly, it's a lot harder to actually create results than it is to convince people that you're going to create results, you know? It's a lot easier to convince people that something's good than it is to actually show them that it is good. It's all speculation, which is why you need to have multiple strategies within your portfolio. You need to have your long-term bags that you genuinely don't mind if you round tripped, right? I know, unpopular opinion, right? Most of us are not going to time the exact top. Almost none of us will time the exact top. The goal is to be able to time the broad top, right? That's the goal, is to be able to time broad regions to sell in. You're never going to time the exact top. And you have to face the reality that it is possible you just don't time the top at all. And so you need to have a long-term position in your portfolio, for example, Bitcoin, where you might not mind if we go into a bear market and you see Bitcoin from here drop down to touch the trend line 30%, which would be pretty par for the course if we're being honest, or maybe even drop back down 70%, you know? You need to have something that you understand it's okay to just continue to DCA into. And then you need to have your trading portfolio in which you position when we're in choppiness of the market. You DCA in and DCA out when you're starting to slow down. But I'll let you guys manage your own positions. I don't even take my full advice sometimes. So I've given you guys so many great investment opportunities that I have not actually taken because I just didn't, and they've gone amazing. And then I've taken investment opportunities that I haven't told you guys about that have gone terrible. And so you need to make your own decisions at the end of the day. I am getting very hungry, which segues me into the next topic for discussion. Do any of you guys recognize this device? Yes? No? He will want to pump his bags. I know. I think that the long-term implications of Trump being in office will be bullish for our bags, but who knows in the short term? So and by long term, I mean the duration of his 4-year presidency, which is equivalent to another 4-year cycle. Is that a honey pack? No. It is a continuous glucose monitoring device, which is now stapled to my tricep. I am, sorry for hitting the mic, I am participating in WellShare Health's beta round for their clinical device, in which they got Abbott, the number 2 distributor of medtech in devices in the world. Abbott is helping distribute these devices for WellShare to be able to collect user data for a number of reasons. I was going to take the moment to kind of skim through this post that WellShare had, but I am now officially Cyborg Biohacker. It's bleeding and I can't get it to connect to the app, so I just injected this thing into my tricep for no reason, but I don't even have diabetes, so there's a lot of questions here. Any more news about Bill? Absolutely. We can talk about Bill a little bit later. I do want to read this though. The end of the year announcement from WellShare. You showed it to yesterday. Everyone should remember wanting to staple it to your arm. LOL. I know. I'm excited. I'm going to make a video today about it. Not gonna lie, I missed quite a few opportunities from you in the feeling out process to see if you were going to rug everything. That's fine, MK. It's probably more responsible of you, to be honest, because odds are there's probably a good chunk of people who are just going to rug everything. So, okay. We are excited to announce something big. In fact, it's so big that we need to unpack it in 3 parts. We've been building on this for quite some time, so it's great to finally reveal it to all of you. Here we go. Are you ready? Number 1, we're thrilled to announce that as of today, WellShare has gone therapeutic area agnostic. This means that we are now ready to actively partner with more BioDAOs and DeSci DAOs to provide the technical infrastructure of decentralized health data sharing. Our CGM, continuous glucose monitoring device, was merely the first step. More wearable devices are already being integrated as we speak. That is very exciting. We are beyond excited to share that we have outpaced our growth trajectories and can accelerate WellShare's mission to personalize medical research contributions even faster. So they spun out a new DAO, so Diabetes DAO. The number 2 announcement that they had, Diabetes DAO. There is a decentralized community of people living with diabetes, researchers, physicians, funders, and advocates, collectively sourcing and funding diabetes research, ensuring all stakeholders are involved and have a voice. So what's the role of WellShare with Diabetes DAO? You can think of WellShare as the platform that provides the technical infrastructure for decentralized health data sharing. Each of our partners, whether it's Diabetes DAO or other BioDAOs, a pharma company or a medtech company, can benefit from WellShare's platform. WellShare enables you to personalize your data that you contribute to medical research and enables the DAOs and companies to perform decentralized research in a way that was never possible before until now. Hence, the 100 beta testers for their continuous glucose monitoring device. Again, from Abbott, it is the Freestyle Libre 3 Plus. I am a part of that beta testing crew, which is interesting because I don't have diabetes. However, I don't have diagnosed diabetes. There have been many signs throughout my life that have made me feel like I might have diabetes, but then I just get distracted and I don't do it because I'm 27 and odds are I would have already found out by now. But this will be the concrete definitive proof for me personally as to if I have any kind of insulin resistance or any kind of blood sugar type stuff. Whether it's diabetes or a precursor or just me being a hypochondriac. Probably just me being hypochondriac, but like I said, we'll be able to put the nail in the coffin on it officially at the end of the month. I have not eaten yet today, actually, so I've fasted so far. So I'm gonna connect the device and then have food and monitor the results of my glucose, and then I'll be making updates for you guys and trying to share the journey because this is my first soiree into biohacking. So then I'll be getting an Oura ring and then an Apple Watch, and then I'll be getting the Neuralink chip implanted into my brain, and then I will be converting into Cyborg and implementing the new the new chip that Nvidia just put out. What was it called? That giant one that's like this effing big. It's a supercomputer. No, I'm just kidding. I'm obviously going to go with the Dynex quantum chip when I'm able to get that implanted into my brain. That'll be obviously the first move I go with it. The inevitable conclusion of stapling this diabetes monitor into my arm is that I will become a quantum computer by myself. Pat is going to be the DeSci Neuralink guinea pig. I'm going to be that rat. I volunteer to become the rat here from the Pythia experiment, which, by the way, went nuts after whoever called it. Brought it up on the live stream here, and it proceeded to go up 230%, which is nuts. I didn't even buy it, but anyone who did buy it got a nice little bag here. It's starting to come back down. And honestly, good. Giving people the entry if they want to, right? Then we see things like the VC, the vitamin C coin, which is starting to rip a little bit, up 30% today. We got the robotics, the decentralized robotics coin, which is starting to rip again, starting to come back up and form the next leg maybe. We got the DeSci token, the SUI DeSci agent launchpad, looking beautiful, looking absolutely beautiful. We got WellShare right now, looking like it's at the lowest that it's been since its launch. We are quite literally at the lowest point for WellShare that we have been at since its launch of the token. So if there has ever been a time, in my opinion, to look at opening up a position here in WellShare, it would be now. Now is the time to be looking at it. I'm not telling you guys to do it. I'm simply looking at you guys. And bear in mind, I'm now having a sponsored segment from WellShare, right? They are allowing me to be in this and make content for them based off of this. They want someone to document the journey of doing it, and there's just not really many diabetic content creators, so they allowed me this opportunity. But Quantient refuses to move. I know, it's kind of shitty actually. It's a little annoying, but it's okay. It was purely just a little speculative meme. I'll show you guys Quantient. TN. It's actually down so bad. Quantient, a little meme play on quantum stuff. So as quantum is in the limelight here, this was a cute little thing that I thought was fun to showcase. I put some money into it. I asked you guys to research it a little bit, and it's kind of funny actually. And we're segueing a little bit away from WellShare right now, but you guys understand the point of it. Ready to change all perception? Religion has always aimed to help humans understand their place in the universe, yet as science advances, we see a clearer picture. You are the universe. The universe is you. DeSci project. The principle of quantum entanglement proves if it exists in one place, it exists everywhere. The world's first quantum DAO. A lot of hype words, right? But it's kind of fun, actually. So we're going to start the simulation here. Tard. Damn it. Select a symbol. Let's go ahead and look at the safety. I'm going to choose to observe or not observe. Look at that. If you observe, it's little dots, right? If you not observe, it turns into rays. It turns into waves. Schrodinger's cat simulation. Should we start the experiment? Do you guys think Schrodinger's cat is going to be alive or dead when we open the box? I'll do a poll for this one. Start a poll. Oh, it's only one L in alive. Dead. Start the poll. Start the poll. I hate this cat. It's bullish. Can you check Tardy? Sure. I hope alive. Well, it looks like it might be 50-50 at this point. Need to go back to work. See ya. Thank you. Oh man, no, I appreciate you being here. There is XRP DeSci project. Yes, there is. XRP-H. It's XRP Health on the XRP-L. I'm not interested in it, although it did pump like crazy when XRP had that crazy rally. WellShare, just not a cool enough name. Well, share, ticker well. We're at the point in the cycle where name is the only thing that matters. No cat killing on live. No, we won't be killing the cat. Answer has to be both. Ah, smart money. Right now it's both, but as soon as we start the experiment and open the box, we will get a solution here. While you guys are voting, we'll go look at Tardy. If Tardy is tarded, I'm going to be a little bit annoyed. Oh, it's the Tardigrade. $27 million market cap? Jesus. I mean, I don't have any idea what they're doing, but it ripped like crazy, came down, and it's starting to advance again. You think they're going to be looking into the cryopreservation enzymes inside the tardigrade, or its ability to withstand excessive radiation without water or food for ever indefinite periods of time? Do you guys know about the water bear, the tardigrade? That's not the DeSci one. Cat's been dead for a while. No. What do you think about Hydra and Huge? Hydra raised a shit ton of money. They're going to do some limb transplants. I think it's a pretty cool idea. It's going to take a lot of research. The team behind it is similar to the cryo team, and so I know they know the science. Hopefully they'll be able to pull something off with it. Huge has people back. It's about, well, they're called Erectus DAO. They're about exactly what you think they're about, but it's targeting a large segment of the population, so the TAM is astronomical for this. And honestly, a lot of the stuff that has been in that realm is not scientifically conducive like the Huge, like Erectus is planning on doing. They have backers from pretty much every one of the major bio DAOs out there. All of the bio protocol related DAOs, they seem to have representation in Huge, and I'm helping them with their marketing. So I think Huge has a chance to be fairly huge. Where is this? Look at this. Somebody actually just put 25 ETH into Huge, 1 ETH into Huge. They took out 50 for the treasury, which is to be expected. That's what they're going to be doing. They've raised $723,000, which means that is the current market cap. So however high this goes is the market cap that will be at launch. They have a peak. Their max cap is 3 million. They're maxing it out at 3 million, and I think there's only about a week left to get into it. We will see. I'm gonna try and put together the thread today. I just got super busy yesterday. Now let's go back to Quantient, the Schrodinger's cat. 52% of you are saying that it is going to be alive. So let's end the poll. And I think that is a cool representation of literally 50-50. Nobody knows the outcome. Dun, dun, dun. Should I open the box? Oh, it was dead. All right, everyone, connect your wallets to the website so that you can claim the pool for winning. It was in fact dead, which means the 47 who believed it was dead, you get a marginally higher payout. Everyone who put money in, all you guys are gonna have to do is connect your wallet. All you guys are gonna have to do is connect your wallet to the link I send to you after the live stream is over, and then we will, I'm just playing, I'm just playing. Oh man, jokes. I crap myself up. Jesus, I crack myself up. Pause. Unsubscribed. Mods. MK is revolting. Oh my god. Bunch of cat killers. No. Let's run the experiment again. No, it died again. Okay, good. There we go. It's just fun. It's like a little meme thing. I don't know that they're actually going to do too much with it, but it seems like they're planning a lot actually. So we'll see. 100,000 million billion tokens. Founder has 15% of it. Dynamic fee, protocol fee. Jesus. Oh, 20% of the dynamic fee. Okay. I mean, I don't know. It was worth a little bit of a gamble again because it's sitting at such a small market cap for me. Again, I tell you guys consistently not to just blindly follow stuff. And I'm actually, I believe I bought right in here and I'm currently down 86% on it. So probably just going to die out to nothing. But if quantum becomes something people are obsessed with the Willow chip and with some Dynex announcements this year, then we'll see little random meme coin things like this pop off. A lot of quantum stuff has actually come across my radar recently. Like a lot of quantum projects. People just trying to ride the hype wave, you know? People just trying to ride the hype wave. What else was I here to talk about? Well, we can talk about the economy again if you guys want to, but I'm here to go with whatever you guys want to chat about. So let's see. Sending that clip to SEC. God damn it, Zach. Can you maybe draw your thoughts on how the chart of Erectus DAO will look? Absolutely, smart money. Absolutely. No cats were harmed in the filming of this live. SUIA is virtual on SUI. Oh. This thing? This is virtuals on SUI? $11 million market cap? It's ripping. Oh my god. What happened here? Why didn't you tell us a couple days ago? What the hell, man? You trying to get some exit liquidity? You trying to get some exit liquidity in the door? I'm just teasing. What was it? SUIA? I don't know why they wouldn't do SUAI. Social finance meets AI agents. Okay, that's kind of cool. It looks just like Creator Bid. This is kind of what Creator Bid is doing exactly. Friend text social token with pump.funds meme wave and virtuals AI agents were just the beginning. I'll go ahead and give them a follow. It seems like something to pay attention to. Watch list. Main watch list. There we go. Right now I'm in the SUI DeSci token because the ticker is perfect and the narrative is perfect. So that's all that really matters at this point in the bull market. Talking about Erectus on X seems like a good way to attract attention. It definitely is. You wanted to see what I thought the Erectus chart might end up looking like. So I think just like a lot of the launches from Juicebox, you get an initial like whoop, whoom, but it very much so depends on what goes on in the broader market. If it If it launches at a $3 million market cap and Bitcoin is skyrocketing in that week and Bitcoin dominance is coming down in that week, then it's probably not going to have that initial pop and drop. But a lot of times, new launches that aren't done on a fair launch protocol in which they just launch the token and everyone gets in at the ground floor, like what we did with Bill, which is why the chart looks like that in the beginning, because it literally launched at zero. A lot of projects that launch at an already elevated market cap, you see a pop and a drop and then a lock, right? You get that pop, drop, lock. So we'll see. We will see. It very much depends on what the market does, but I think a $3 million market cap at the peak of this thing is probably not bad at all, actually, for entry price into it, given, and again, I'll try and do the whole page on it. Let me go ahead and duplicate this. I'll try and do the whole thread on it, but given that, actually, wait, I think I have it in a Telegram chat. Let me go over here. Given that these are the contributors. Damn it. Hold on. I have to get it away so that you guys don't see the group chat. Desktop. Dun, 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 dun. Would you open, please? There we go. We have, for on the Erectus team, you got Adam Grease from Vitalism. We have Nathan Cheng from the Longevity Biotech Fellowship and Vitalicism. Oh my God. Then we have Albert from Valley DAO. And then we have Lawrence from Vita DAO. And then we have Todd White from Vita DAO. We have Andrew from Hair DAO. We have Max from Vita DAO. We have someone from Juicebox who's remaining anonymous, so maybe just Juicebox. Then we have Laura from Athena DAO. And then we have Kai from Cryo DAO and Austin from Hydra DAO. I mean, they're both from Cryo and Hydra. And then we have Ryan from Wild Earth. We have someone from Molecule. And then we have That Investor and DeSci Girl partnership. And the OG, which I know who the OG is, but you guys don't know who the OG is. And so we have a pretty stacked team, if I do say so myself. So yes, I do think that Erectus will do fairly well, as the TAM is in the hundreds of billions. It's literally focused on an industry that has not had any kind of aid in a long time. You go look at stuff like this. Men aged over 35 have a fertility rates of 25% compared to fertility rates of 52% of men under the age of 35. But this chart should scare you guys. If I can find the actual chart. Motherfuckers. How pollution is causing male fertility. No, let's go to the images, please, so that I can showcase what's going on. Here we go. Images, images, images. There we go. World population by level of fertility over time since 1950 to 2010. Look at that. Number of children per woman. Total fertility rate. This is the women's chart, is plummeting, which is why Athena DAO is important. And then you go look at the male fertility rate, which I'm having a troubling time pulling up because I wasn't expecting to pull this up, but it is, since the 90s, it's down 32%. Percent of decrease in sperm concentration in samples, down 32%. So it is a problem that is leading to population collapse if it doesn't get solved. So it's just a large scale issue. But yeah, again, full disclosure, I'm on the team. Does the OG start with a B, Patrick? No. I know who you're asking about, FRK. First of all, I will not tell who it is, but I know who it is that you're referring to. And I think it would be crazy if it was, but it is not. It is crazy bullish though. You guys will see whenever they choose to announce it in like 2 weeks or so. Can you do an AMA with the dev of Tardy? Sure. If you want to help set it up, we'll do like a space on X. I would love to. I think every man is proud to hold his erectus truth seek. Beagle is his own exit liquidity. That's creative. That is creative. How do you do that, Beagle? Has anyone heard of Junlala Network? No. Total Crypto, I've never heard of that. Yeah, top 10 holders own more than 60%. That's a bit high. I know. It is just a gamble, though. It's just a gamble. It's a $60,000 market cap, so. Have you spoken to Marco or Ayat from Poseidon DAO already? It's really fascinating how humble they are. Dude, yeah, I know. I've got a couple videos with them out. I've done a couple X spaces with them, and I've done a video with them. I'm an advisor to the team. Look at that thumbnail. I put that together in like 20 seconds. I'm an advisor to the team, so I have absolutely had very long, in-depth conversations with them. Have I not done an interview with them yet? Oh my God. All right, we need to get that up. We need to get that rolling. They're very humble. They're very smart and dedicated people. I honestly think that the personalized healthcare medicine industry is going places, going very far. And I think that they are primed to be quick and adaptive to the changing industry, whereas a lot of legacy people are not. They're both PhD students and are both working towards a lot of stuff with their DAO here that they have now. I think, honestly, I'm going to try and do an introduction so they can partner with Wellshare. Poseidon DAO is already in the data alliance with Data Lake and Axon and Hippocrat, so their partnerships are coming right off the bat with a lot of cool stuff. So I'm very excited about Poseidon DAO. Like I cannot explain to you how excited I am for it, actually. And look at that, the token's at $4.20 right now. Bullish, 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 bullish. The ad master has ad blocker. You know what's funny is I don't even have an ad blocker. It just blocks them for me. Something happened and I literally don't have an ad blocker on. But so be it. What about Aleda? Are you investing yourself? I put in about half a Solana into Aleda. Yeah, I put some money into it for sure. I've talked a lot to Andreas, one of the founders, when I was in Germany. He's a bright dude and he's dedicated to the space. He's been working on it for months. No mate, no partnership with Wellshare, please. Why? Is Tardy on Solana? It is. Why are you guys so bullish on Tardy? It's a tardigrade and it's a $20 million market cap already. $150 SCI. I hope soon, dude. I hope soon. That's where I think I still am holding strong on this. I know it looks a little bit far-fetched now, but we'll see how it actually plays out. $50. Let me go to the log chart so it doesn't look as outlandish. $50 SCI. I think if we get a crazy big bull run, obviously we're in the middle of one, but if we get what I'm hoping comes, I could see $50, not outlandish at all. $12 million market cap at 420, which means $50 would be $150 million market cap. That's pretty modest for where I think the space is headed. Again, the space went back down to under $3 billion today because we're having a bit of a pullback and they removed that one AI agent Swarm that appeared in here. So Swarm boosted us above 3 billion and then they removed it and it came back down. Oh, there's another Tardy. Sui Tardy on Sol. Oh, okay. It's down 25%.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Ah. Damn robots. Damn robots. What would you advise investing in if one is new to DeSci? Is joining pre-sales the way to go ROI wise? It's difficult to say, okay? It's difficult to say. Number one, I am not registered to give you personalized financial advice, and so I cannot do that. Number two, I don't want to do that because I'm not going to be held responsible if you lose all your money or you get caught in investing in terrible vesting terms and you have a 6-month cliff because you weren't paying attention, didn't know what you were doing. I think that if you're going to build out a DeSci portfolio, it would make sense to include some blue chips as the foundation. Bio, research. Bio and research are low-key the only two blue chips that I would really say are in the DeSci marketplace right now. CZ, not really CZ, but Binance Labs is backing Bio Protocol, and Brian Armstrong is the co-founder and CEO of Research Hub, I should say. So those two being the blue chips, in my opinion, it makes a lot of sense. I would definitely have a sturdy anchor to that. Then I would get some exposure to Sui, some Base, and some Solana. I don't know that I would care so much about the Ethereum tokens, although I have a lot of Ethereum-based tokens. And then you'd start looking to diversify out from there. So Bio Protocol is focused on biopharma stuff. This kind of acts as an index fund to stuff like VitaDAO and HairDAO and all the other DAOs, Athena DAO. Once you've built out like 5 positions in DeSci that resonate with what you think is going to be super bullish, if you like personalized health medicine, then maybe you want to pick up some Poseidon or some DNA. I'm working with Poseidon, so I tend to lean towards Poseidon DAO. If you want to pick up some data plays, maybe you go into Data Lake or Axon. If you want to pick up some infrastructure plays, maybe you go to Dynex or Bio. If you want to pick up some niche little plays about genetic editing, maybe pick up some CRISPR or some Genomes DAO. You know what I mean? It's up to you. And then from there, you start looking into the pre-sales because that's where you can make disgusting money, right? The Bio pre-sale, we made almost a 30x on. The Axon pre-sale, we made about a 300x on. The Noble Blocks pre-sale, despite it being down a bunch, at the peak, we were up almost 100x. The Poseidon DAO pre-sale, we're up like a 20x on it or something from when we got in. But we also have pre-sales like Cryo DAO, which did not go up initially. It's now up a 5x, but we did not really get those crazy gains initially. Later it went up, but initially it did not. Yeah. And then that's my answer to that. Smart Patrick has your glucose monitor. I do have the glucose monitor. And speaking of that, I am very hungry, and so I'm probably going to get some food in a moment. I do suggest asking 1 or 2 more questions, you guys, so that while you have me, I can answer some things for you. We did not go in as much depth as I was anticipating for talking about the broader economy. I was going to bring up some Ben Cohen, and we were going to watch a clip from Meet Kevin, but that is okay. We don't need to if we don't want to. But yeah, dubious speculation. Will Bitcoin go up or will Bitcoin go down? The answer is yes, and if you zoom out far enough, the answer is up always. Up only for the most part. But you can have these big little scary candles, and when we're at certain points in the bull market, it makes sense to just scoop the dip. Boop, 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 and be patient, because that is how you get some crazy runs. That's how you capitalize off of some crazy gains in the market, is when you just ignore the volatility and you just buy some. If you went back here to when we first started talking about Research Coin, when we first started talking about it was through this little rally, I believe. And so if you bought like crazy knowing it was Brian Armstrong's project, say you top blasted right there, you might have had to sit through a down 61% moment all the way down to a penny. You might have had to sit down to when Research Coin was worth just a penny. But if you ignored the noise and just kind of held, you would currently be up 11,000% on your position. Time is your most valuable asset, guys, and it pays to be patient. Shout out to Mason with that one. How does Erectus attract buyers? Will people be happy to tell others that they hold it? I don't know. It's all gonna have to wait and see. Eating expired yogurt in his you get crazy runs. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you all for being here. I need to go get some food and hook up my continuous glucose monitoring device to my WellShare app so that I can start earning some sherries and contribute to science. Hell yeah. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. All right. I'm going to end the live stream mid-sentence now because I don't really know what the appropriate time is because I've already said the time.